Hey everyone. So we just got home from the reproductive endocrinologist, and on the way home, because we live a couple of hours away and we were in that city for a couple of hours after our appointment, on the way home I had already seen the results on my chart online, to all the tests that they ran, because it's been a couple years since we've been seen. So I already kind of knew what our option was. But basically, what we were hoping for was to find out that the supplements Mark has been taking, we were hoping to find out that they were working and that we could proceed using Mark's sperm and hopefully do time to intercourse. That is the complete opposite of what happened. They basically told us we're wasting our time and our money if we even want to use Mark's sperm for anything. So we talked about it and kind of struggled through it a little bit on the way home, but we don't have a lot of time. I start Provera today to induce my cycle because the things my body thought were follicles are actually cysts. Yeah, but my progesterone level's really low and it seems like my body's gonna take care of them. So they're inducing my cycle. So I start Provera today, and once AF comes, then it is time to call my doctor and begin IUI cycle number 1 with frozen sperm. It's definitely not what we expected. We knew that it was a possibility, but it wasn't something that we wanted to talk about or think about until we knew for sure that that was our option. So I just went and grabbed the forms that I got from them. So immediately after coming to the conclusion that that's what we were going to have to do, we agreed to proceed with it, obviously. So I looked online for the same donor that we used with Malachi and found that he had a restricted number of vials left. You can only use them if you've already used them before and had a successful pregnancy. So I had to call the cryobank and they informed me that the donor has a genetic condition that they didn't originally test for. Well, now he has since been tested for it, and they found out that he's a carrier for color blindness. I don't care. That's not a big deal to me. Mark's colorblind and he lives his life completely happily, and if we were to use his sperm, there's a chance that I carry the colorblind trait and that our child can end up colorblind anyway. Malachi's not colorblind. I know that it's a possibility, but it is with Mark too. So that just doesn't matter to us. But now I have to have my doctor sign a form saying that he will consent to letting us use a donor that has a known genetic problem, and I have to sign consent. And then after that, we can purchase the vials. Mark's borrowing from his 401k to pay for it. Weren't expecting to have to do that. But basically, if you've ever looked into donor sperm, it's outrageously expensive. I can understand they put it through a whole lot of tests. They have to pay the donor, they have to pay for storage, they have to pay the employees. I get it. But it's still crazy expensive. And so we're looking at about $800 per vial. We don't know if it's going to be a little bit less. They didn't give us prices for this donor since he has this problem with one of his genes. But basically $800 a vial, and you need 2 vials per cycle because our clinic likes to do back-to-back IUIs with using a donor. So that's what I went and got, was the sheet on, let me see, donor intrauterine insemination. So basically, if we get pre-washed donor sperm, which is all that they have available for our donor, so if you think $800 per vial, 2 vials, that's $1,600 plus the $200 for shipping because they have to ship it overnight and it's priority and it's crazy expensive because it's special care and all that stuff, then you're looking at $1,800 for 1 cycle just for sperm. Okay? And then for follicular monitoring, it's anywhere from $718 to $1,436. I'll probably be on the upper end of that, just because in the past I have been on the upper end of that. So now that's putting me at about $3,000 for that 1 cycle with monitoring and sperm. Then on the day of inseminations, I have to pay $778, and they just told me that that's probably going to go up by about $25 this coming month. So basically $800. You do the math. Per cycle. That's not including the Femara. That's not including the injectable medication to stimulate the ovulation. The Ovidrel. Ovidrel usually costs me about $160. My insurance doesn't cover any of this. This is all out of pocket. So this is what we're starting. This is as real as it gets, and I'm frustrated. But it could be worse, and I know it could be worse. Yeah, it's just, this is the road we're going down. So there will be no TTC vlogs for a while until I get my period, and then I'll be starting my IUI diaries. And I'm just praying this works, because as of right now, we can basically afford to do this once. With Malachi, we could afford to do it once, and it worked. I'm praying that that happens again this time. So that's my update. I'll update you all in a couple weeks once my period shows. But yeah, if you have any questions or want to know anything or want to catch up on my IUI diaries from whenever I had Malachi, just go to my channel and scroll way back and you'll find them. So that's all I have to say. Here's my kitty. Moonlight. Moonlight. Yeah. So the testing for fertility stuff is not cheap either. Fortunately, Mark had his semen analysis and they send it away for the fragmentation test. He's had the fragmentation test before and it was really bad. We were just hoping to see improvement, but since his sperm quality didn't improve, it got worse. We had them cancel that before it got sent off, and we caught it just in time before they sent it off. So we got refunded $320. Yeah. So that was my little snippet of information, but yeah, so that's all I really have for the next couple weeks. I'll hop back on here when my period comes and update you all then. But until then, I'll see y'all later. Bye.